phone a little bit and also just wasn't very prepared. So apologies for that. Let's have a little look on the laptop, see who's here. If you're in the room, say hi. Where's me old YouTube? Oh, there it is. How is everyone doing? I'm doing very well. Day off work today, so laptop's playing up. I'm doing very well today. I've had quite a nice relaxing day. Just done a couple of little bits and pieces that I needed to do, and I've filmed a couple of videos. Filmed a video on the new olfactive studio fragrances, Violet, Rose and Iris shot, and I've also filmed a video on a few of the Chris Collins fragrances. I got some samples from Jovoy, so I thought I'd just do some videos on those two, and then I've got a couple of things here that I'm going to unbox with you all. And here we are. Let's make sure the sound's off. Excuse me. Cheers. It's got a vodka and Diet Coke. Bit early in the day, but it's nearly Christmas, right? So why not? Okay, let's see who's here. Let me see. Let's start at the top. Here we are. Is that? Yeah, there we go. We've got Kati here. She says perfect timing. Just got home and grabbed some food. Nice. What are you eating, Kati? John here. He says, hey, oh, hey folks, and Claire Pear. And Tina is listening in. Hi there. Doing good. Good, good, good. Looking smashing, says Kati. Thank you very much. And Odalia is here. She says hello all and cheers. Hello, Odalia. So yes, okay, nice to see a few of you. And I've got a couple of boxes. I'm playing with my hair. I haven't straightened it very well. I've got this new gadget. It's called the GHD Glide. It's a brush that heats up, and it's quicker and easier than straighteners and less, I think, less damaging. But it gives a more puffy look, not as straight as straighteners. And I rushed it, so you can see at the back. It's pretty. It's kind of frizzy still. So. But there you go, so I'm a bit playing with it a little bit. Right, then let's have a look. I've got my unboxing knife ready. And, oh, thank you, John and Tina. Thank you very much. Do you like my knife? I've got a story. Do you want the story first about this knife? How this knife ended up getting me into hospital. If you want the story, I'll tell it. If you'd rather not, if you're squeamish, I won't. Hey Heather, so I've got three fragrances to unbox here. John says that's not a knife. Kati says story. Okay, go on. We want to know. Okay, fine. Right. So we're going back to, this is when I was in my first house. So we're going back quite a few years, and. I call that a knife, I know. I got it in Sainsbury's. It's not very sharp anymore, but trust me, it was bloody sharp when I got it. Rich is here. He says, hello, I bought 9 bottles of the same perfume today. Mitch, what the hell are you doing? Tell us what you bought, Rich. Anyway, hello, Lizzie Bean. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve to you too. Looks like a murder weapon. Yeah, I know. Okay, right, story time. Going back quite a few years, I got into cooking Indian food, and I had a few recipe books, and I wanted to try and do it all properly. And I was always one that just bought budget stuff for the kitchen, you know, like basic stuff. And I saw this knife on sale, and it's not particularly posh, but it wasn't the cheapest. It was a decent knife, and I thought, oh, I'll get that. That'll be good. And before you use anything that you buy from anywhere, usually kitchen stuff, you wash it first, don't you? So got the knife, was really excited about my amazing new knife, and it was really sharp, like you could barely touch it without, yeah, see now it's not that sharp. So I thought, okay, we'll wash it up first before you use it. I mean, I need to stop waving it around because it's already, you know, it's already caused me trouble once. So I'm going to put it down. So I washed it up, and I had one of those plastic drainers, you know, and you prop up knives and forks in the hole, and anyway, stupid me. Not, I don't like being horrible to myself anymore, but I made the mistake of washing that knife up and then sticking it in the drainer up like this, so the knife's sticking up like that, and then I pick up my big pot and I start washing that up in the sink, and I put my arm down on the knife. There's the scar there. And I was on my own, and it wasn't gushing out. I hadn't cut a vein, but it was pumping out. And I didn't know what to do because I couldn't stem the flow, and I couldn't get myself, I knew it probably needed stitches, and I couldn't get myself to hospital because it kept bleeding. And I was then sort of panicking, how much blood can I lose before I faint or something? So I ended up having to call an ambulance. It's so embarrassing. And then they took me to hospital and stitched it up for me. So yeah, that's the knife story. And let's just see what you're all saying. Okay, so we have Paul here. Paul, well done on your win the other night at George's raffle. And let's see who else is talking. Heather says, my grown-up Christmas wish is that Paul gets IG. Oh, that's really nice. Rich Mitch, regarding the 9 fragrances he bought, says it was an offer he couldn't refuse. There was a man he's bought off before selling 30ml bottles of Smalto Paul Homme for 20 quid. In the photo he had 9. I asked how much for all. He said £12 each. Okay, what are you going to do with them though, Rich? Are you going to sell them on? I mean, you surely don't need that many. Oh, it's one of his favourite fragrances. Okay then, fair enough. Tony's here. Hey Tony. And Paul may well make Heather's wish come true. How nice is that? Jimbo says, did I make the end of the live? Jimbo, you've made the beginning of the live. Well done. I haven't even unboxed anything yet. I've just told a story about self-harm. It's not really, it was accidental self-harm. And Joss is here. Hey Joss. Rich says he's going to wear all of those fragrances. Carty says, Rich, layer them with each other. Or you can shower in them if you want, Rich. Odalash says, I think I need to grab a snack to go with this live. Yes, do so. Grab a snack, maybe a nice drink of some description. Right then, shall we start unboxing? If you've got a drink or a snack, let me know what it is. I've got me vodka and Diet Coke. I've just had some fruit and yogurt because I was hungry and I didn't do lunch, and dinner's not till 7. So fruit and yogurt it was. First slightly healthy thing I've eaten in quite a while. Hair, it's all like sticking out. Okay, stop worrying about that. Jimbo says, I just received St Giles Discovery box in the mail that I'd totally forgotten I ordered. I remember you said you ordered that, Jim. You have to let me know what you think. My favourite is the Tycoon. Let me know what you think of that one. But it's not our usual style. It's the you might like the Actress better because it's a very voluptuous floral. But I actually really like the Tycoon. And the stylist is amazing in terms of quality, the way that it changes, the longevity is ridiculous. It's so long lasting. Rich says, the beauty is, if it falls out of favour, I can sell each bottle as their 30ml. Also going to gift 1 or 2. Okay. I think I tried Small Toe. I think you sent me some, didn't you? The cat's here, by the way. Hello, sweetie. I think you sent me a sample, or me and Dan, I can't remember, but I don't remember particularly liking it. But then we've got very different tastes, Rich. Cat's behind me now. Sweetie, do you want to show your little face on camera? There she is. That's the cat. Okay, checking. The angle of the camera makes all the difference to how much how much extra chins I show. Okay then. Kati's going to get a drink now. And she's had a sandwich. Tony's going to be trying the Stylist. You have to let me know what it's like. Eau de Lash, I don't have a cocktail, but I have samples of Angel Share and Roses on Ice nearby. Oh, very nice. Ooh, what is, I don't know what this cat's doing behind me. She was backing up then. I always get worried she's going to knock my drink over. Yeah, I saw that review, Rich, that Fragrance Journey 01 did of the, no, he did it of the Writer today. That was the review I watched. Okay. Right, okay. I'm going to start unboxing. So we'll start with the Jivago. And they kind of, these fragrances, I've got 3 here. 1 from Jivago, 2 from Fragrenza. They were sent to me by the brands for review. Well, actually, Fragrenza never specifically asked for anything. They just sent them. Jivago would like me to review this fragrance. It's 24K. Look at the size of this box. So there's my head. So it's 24K. There's the box. That's I think that's raised. Yeah, it's slightly raised texturally. It says on here, the Kissing JS logo, the symbol of giving and receiving love and passion and devotion, the purpose of life, with love and love for creation. Ilana V. Jivago. Hello, sweetie. Parfums Jivago. And this is an eau de toilette. It says the unforgettable golden fragrance, feminine, sensuous scent, modern floral blend, infused with Bulgarian rose, Asian jasmine and euphoric amber. Sounds very nice. Eau de toilette, and it says long lasting on it. There, and it's 75 mils. So let's, sweetie, let's let the cat do what the cat wants to do, because that's what us cat owners do, or should I say cat slaves. So let's just do that. Hey. Can you hear her purring? Okay. All the noise. I know everyone loves the noise. Unsheath it. Sweetie, where are you going now? Don't knock my drink over. She's been ignoring me all day, just laying on the bed. Go in and go over there, sweetie. Why are you being such a pain? Okay, fine. Just settle down then. Come on, just stay there. Right, okay, sorry about this. Eau de Lash says she's protecting you from another knife accident. Jimbo says very smooth unsheathing. Yes. Okay, right, you're going to go over there now. So you're going to knock my drink over and the samples. Okay, stay over there. Right. Okay, let's get into this. All of these fragrances come with this barcode on them, and that's a sign of authenticity. The brand to sort of tell you to look out for. That's quite sweet. There's a little note there, with love and love for creation, Ilana V. Jivago. So here we go. Ooh, I can see something pretty. Ooh. I'm just going to pop that on the floor. And oh my gosh. Okay, so we have a green sort of gemstone, and I don't know if you saw that, we've got some gold flakes in here. So I'm just going to pull that out. Sweetie, why have you got to do this? Sweetie! She's knocked a sample over now. So you get a stand for it, so it looks a bit kryptonite styly, and it would sit on your display like that. There's the bottle, and you can see little flecks in there. I haven't shaken it, but they're snow globy. Not quite the same as the Atelier des Ors, slightly more, smaller particles maybe, but similar idea. Quite like that. It's very bougie, isn't it? So on the back you have that barcode again, and it just says Eau de Toilette 75 mils, and stuff. So there we have it. It's rather pretty, isn't it? So are we going to smell it or something? What do you reckon? I'm going to pop the stand on the floor because we don't really need that just yet. Heather says that's ginormous. Eau de Lash says, so it's Eau Le Lash. Sorry, Eau Le Lash. It says, oh my God, that's a bottle. Yes, isn't it? I love it. Having a bourbon now. Wow, fancy bottle, says Carty. Okay, that is gorgeous, says Joss Jane. So, problem is I'm wearing fragrance everywhere, and I like to do it on skin. I've literally got 3 fragrances on my arms. So we're gonna have to do it somewhere though, aren't we? I've only got fragrance there and there, so we're gonna go middle of the arm for this one. Really good sprayer on there. It gives this big wide berth. So I don't know if like a big wide spread. It's really nice. Ooh. Okay. I think I sprayed too much. Right. Okay. We'll pop that down and let's talk about how it smells. It's definitely very floral. Almost slightly indolic. So there's jasmine in there. I'm going to look up the notes. So this is called 24K. Who else is having trouble with Fragrantica? I can use it on my laptop, but on the phone it's really, first of all, I can't find the search bar. Apparently it's there, but wherever I click it doesn't help. And there's big wide gaps of nothing as you scroll down the phone. And it's just a bit awkward. But on the laptop it's fine. So I feel like maybe they made some updates but it didn't quite work with the mobile. I just hope they'll correct it at some point, because I'm so reliant on Fragrantica. Oh, it's not even doing anything. You know, normally when you start searching it starts listing stuff, doesn't it? But it's doing nothing. And then I've typed stuff and it's not playing. Might be my internet, because I just got the chat freeze on me as well, so it's possibly my internet playing up. Oh yeah, I think it's doing something. Oh, where's the search bar? Oh, there it is. Right, Jivago. Right, it's doing stuff now. 24K. Right, so it's the one with the green lid. So we know there's jasmine and rose because it said it on the box. And let's have a look. And the amber as well, we mentioned, didn't it? So it's rose, Bulgarian rose, tuberose, jasmine, orris and amber. That's according to Fragrantica. And I would say, yeah, that whether it's the tuberose or the jasmine, some things is slightly animalic, not too bad, but probably it's an indole, which can, people say it smells fecal. I wouldn't say that. It's just a slightly dirty type scent. It's difficult to describe really. but it's a very strong white floral. I'd say that the jasmine and the tuberose are more dominant than the rose, although I think the rose might have been slightly more prominent when I first sprayed it. I can't really pick up amber or orris at the moment. They're supposed to be base notes, but it does have it's a bit of a musky scent, I guess. Like there's a clean muskiness in here. And the white florals are a little bit sharp. They're quite, not bracing, but they're not really smooth and rounded. Not at the moment, anyway. I'd imagine that they will be. And with orris and amber together, I would imagine it's going to get nice and round and warm and lovely. At the moment, it's very much a floral fragrance more than anything else. It doesn't feel like it's got any foodie type edible notes. Ola Lash says, oh, I love a wide spray. Wish more companies would put thought into that. Yes. Angelo Mussy is here. Hi, lovely as always. Hi, Angelo. Thank you. Rich says Fragrentica desperately need an app. I'd love a Fragrentica app. John says the internet's been shocking up here as it is recently. Yeah, it's probably quite a lot of use around the Christmas time, maybe. I don't know. And did I just see? Oh, Mia's here. Hi, Mia. Okay. And Mia says, I'm late. Don't worry, Mia. You're here now. My bra's cutting in. Just going to readjust it if you don't mind. Oh, there we go. Tend not to wear bras at home or anywhere, but shooting a video in a very thin top. Not that you can see, but you don't want you know. Okay. This is getting sort of balmy, it's calming down. It's definitely got like this clean, almost soapy feel. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some aldehydes in here. Not fizzy or sharp, but the sort that smell a bit lotion-like, or, you know, smooth and almost soapy. Musky, clean, very gentle kind of scent. So the sharp florals already are calming right down. They're still very floral, but they're not sharp anymore. This base or this other smooth, clean, soapy element is coming through to bring the whole thing into a more serene kind of environment. It's gone from maybe being kind of blousy and loud. It's very quickly gone into being much more demure. So that's good. I like that it's doing that. I think what we'll do then, we'll open the others and then we'll come back to how that one smells. So I'm going to have to, I'm probably going to have to find some paper because I can't spray both of these as well. I've got two from Fragrenza. You've got Oajan. There we are. I assume, I haven't looked them up, I decided to just smell them. But I assume that Oajan is going to be a clone of Oajan off of Parfums de Marly. See, it's not that sharp, this knife, anymore. Trust me, it was sharp. Yeah, it's not. And I've got a sharpener, but I can't seem to, I don't know. Oh, I shouldn't aim it at myself, should I? I've got a sharpener and I use it, but it doesn't seem to help. This knife is just not what it used to be. It will never be as sharp as the day it pierced my skin. So we have Oajan. And yeah, assuming that it is a Parfums de Marly Oajan clone. And it says here that it's eau de parfum and 60 mils. That's what the bottle looks like without the cellophane on. That's got texture. And let's go into it. Oh dear, I've ripped the box. Naughty me. Okay. So it's now in another box. There. And open this box up. Got a little bit of protective. Oh, here we go. We've got. Actually, I wonder if I can spray that. I wonder if that's got a smell. Only a very faint scent. So it's absorbent. It's that stuff. It's a bit absorbent, so it could be good for spraying. So we're going to spray. Do you want to see the bottle? This is just going to get reflections and fingerprints. Then that's what these bottles are like. Really awkward to film, really awkward to take photos of, but they look kind of cool if you can keep them clean. So Oajan, and as I say, I don't actually know for a fact, but I'm guessing it's a clone of Parfums Somali Oajan, which I have not tried, but I hear good things. So it certainly smells spicy straight away. Yeah. So I know Lizzie is a big fan of Oajan and describes it, I think she describes it smelling a bit apple pie like, and this does smell a bit spicy apple pie. Well, Lizzie actually corrected herself in her last video and said it smelled more like apple strudel. I can see that it's got a kind of a sharp spiciness, like a cinnamon or a nutmeg, probably both, maybe both. Warm spices that you use in sweet food, and it does smell appley, but also there's like maybe a bit of lemon or something, because it's got this sharp freshness to it. It's by no means a freshie, but if you describe it as being really warm spicy, you wouldn't expect it to have this lift, this freshness. So to me it's like maybe like crisp apples that haven't been stewed, a little bit of lemon, and some sort of sweet condensing of something. Maybe you've got some stewed apples. It's reminding me a little bit of Rosé All Day from Gallagher. It's got the apple, it's got the spices. It's not really boozy though, I don't think. Or if so, a little hint of it. I'm not sure if there's, but it's a tiny bit smoky. Maybe like you're trying to stew some of the fruit and you've burnt it on the side of the pan. You got distracted and you forgot about it. Not to any bad degree. It's just a hint of something, like you're trying to caramelize some sugar and you accidentally slightly burn it. Dan Spanos is here, just stopping by to say hi, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hey Dan, lovely to see you. Mia says, sounds like something I would like. John says, how do I put this? Is it maybe more Armaf than Parfum de Mali? Although smoky sounds nice. Armaf, which Armaf are we talking? It doesn't smell clone-like in that, and I find this with Fragrenza, and I think many of you know I'm not really a big clone fan, but the ones that I don't like, I'm not going to name any names, are the ones that leave this massive oil slick on your skin. And then they seem to hit you in the face with all of the notes all at once, rather than giving you the delicate development that you would get from the real thing. The Fragrenza ones I've tried seem to do a very good job of smelling like proper perfumes. They might not necessarily smell exactly like the original, but they don't have this overwhelming, hit you in the face with everything all at once feel. So yeah, Oh, hello, Paris is here. Hello. Are you doing videos? I don't think I've seen anything recently. Dan says, hey everyone, work is a little busy today, so I may have to disappear. It was lovely for you to pop in, Dan. Don't work too hard. And Dan says, Oajan is one of my favourite holiday scents. John says, I mean, is it more Zara end than niche end? I'm being so polite today. I don't really know, John, because I've not smelt the original to compare it to, but it doesn't smell bad quality. It doesn't smell cheap. If you'd sent me this in a bottle, if you'd sent me this as a decant and told me it was a Killian apple brandy, maybe I would not question it. So it doesn't smell cheap, nasty, weak. Yeah, it's got maybe a little bit of vanilla in there, I think, just a little bit in the background. When John says, he tries to be polite. Yeah, Cutty. Paul says, Claire's nose is a wonder, should be insured. Well, thank you very much. Rich Mitch has got the Diptyque Vetiver candle today. Beautiful. Very nice, Rich. Hello, Paris. I haven't made a video in forever. Just been watching people's videos in the background. Oh, it'd be lovely to see you back at some point. Hello, Paris. Okay. Yeah, this isn't doing much changing at the moment, but it is a really nice, spicy, fruity sort of apple with sweetness and a delicacy like Angel Share does. It balances everything nicely and keeps it light. So the sound of the notes, which I don't actually know, but I'm assuming if it's Oajan, it gets described as apple pie-like. This, if it is, you would think it would be quite heavy and maybe a bit too much for some people. This is not too heavy. There's a real lightness to it. So that's really nice. And I think we are going to go on to the next one, and I have no idea what this is supposed to be. They do originals as well, so potentially it could be their own thing. And it's called Piera d'Amalfi. Oh, is it Piera? If it's Italian and it's spelt, the cherry bit is C-E-R-I, that would be pronounced K, wouldn't it? Piera, or is it Piera d'Amalfi? Any Italian speakers in the building? Because if it was Francesca, you'd pronounce that as a Ch, even though that's a singular C. And the Bianchi is a CH, and you say it as a K. So I wonder if that's Piera d'Amalfi. If you follow the rules of how you pronounce Francesca Bianchi, then that would be Piera. Yeah, Piera d'Amalfi. So let's see. Rich says the Dior Bois d'Argent candle is a sensation. Oh, I bet that's a lovely scent for a candle. Okay, let's So I wonder, so we got Jardin d'Amalfi. Could it be copying that? There's a few sort of Italian names for fragrances. So it's all the same, one box inside another. Then it's inside this foam insert. Same bottle again. Piera d'Amalfi. Ah, Dr. J says it means pleasures of Amalfi. Thank you. Rich Mitch says I'd use that candle to sell me house. Good idea. Dan Spano says I have a Tiziana Terenzi and some Kringle candles, also some Yankee candles in the other room. I'm a fan. I've only had because Kringle is an American company and you can't find them that easily over here. But I was recommended the hot chocolate one. I don't know if it's called hot chocolate or something very similar, and it was amazing. The candle would scent almost the entire house, and the most beautiful, rich, chocolatey scent. It was really good. lasts for so long. Right then, let's try this Pleasures of Amalfi. Depends what how you take your pleasure, I guess. Let's have a see. Rich Mitch says she's enjoying wielding that knife a bit too much for my liking. Maybe. Right, so in the air it smells quite sweet. It smells more like my kind of thing because it's got, I think it's got floral feel to it. I really don't know. What am I smelling there? Oh, my nose is running. Let's have a drink. That will sort it. Okay, let's see what I think of this. So it feels like it's a gourmand type fragrance. I wouldn't say it's Jardin d'Amalfi. It doesn't smell figgy. Doesn't really smell anything like Jardin d'Amalfi. So I don't think they're trying to copy that. It's got, so there's this note or a chord that I've smelt a few times now. I can't quite pinpoint. I don't know what it is. It's in By the Fireplace off of Maison Margiela. It's when Fragrenza sent me their copy of Delina. It's in the opening of that, and I smell it very lightly here. Slightly sugary, almost smoky, but not. It's sugary. It's got a citrus element here. Yeah, it's quite citrusy actually, but sweetened and rounded, so it's not very sharp citruses. Possibly like a pink grapefruit. Sure, I'm getting pink grapefruit, but not bitter and not sharp, just a bit fresh. Sugar, almost like candy floss-ish, but not a full-on, you know, Baccarat Rouge style. This is really pretty actually. It's like it's a citrus gourmand. There might be a little floral in here. I like this. I don't think I've smelt anything like this before, or anything specifically like this. If I took ballpark, then 4160 Tuesdays Lemon Sherbet, which is a light citrus gourmand. So it's citrus, sugar, maybe a hint of vanilla in the background. Joss says, I need to run. It was nice to see you all. Happy Festivus. Merry Christmas and happy Hanukkah to all. Thanks, Joss. Lovely to see you. Merry Christmas to you too. Have a very happy new year. I'm sure we'll see you on YouTube. Plenty anyway. Take care. Jimbo says, is it a dupe of Mandarino di Amalfi? That's the Tom Ford, isn't it? It's nothing like Tom Ford's. Is it Mandarin? It's nothing like the Tom Ford Mandarin, and it's nothing like is it Acqua di Parma? Acqua di Parma have got a Mandarin one, haven't they? I wouldn't say it's that either. This is quite gourmand. It's quite not too sugary, but it's nothing like a standard citrus cologne style fragrance, because it's got this sugary vanillic kind of feel. Dukta says cinnamon bubblegum. Don't think so. I'm going to try and get the website up, see if we can find out anything about it. So it's, I mean, it might have a little bit of spice to it, but I wouldn't specifically. It could almost smell a little bit like Coca-Cola, so it does have a light, warm spiciness to it. What was it called? Piera da Amalfi. Okay, probably should have put Fragrenza in there. Fragrenza. Is it Fragrenza? Fragrenza. It's Fragrenza, isn't it? Oh, dearie me. Try again. Fragrenza. Here we go. Okay. Right, let's see. What are we saying here? Get off, get off, get off. Pop-ups. Pop-ups. Notes of quince, apple, cardamom, saffron. Oh, it's quite spicy then. Clove, frankincense, tolu balm, vanilla, tonka bean, musk, amber, cedarwood. So I'm quite off here. Ooh. It's lovely and sweet. So I'm going to read you what they say on the website. Piera da Amalfi invites you with joy and happiness between a calming chant and a charming lullaby. Opens with juicy apple made more redolent with a sophisticated spice blend. Musk adds soft sensual quality, giving the impression as if you could sense a milky texture while smelling the fragrance. It's so buttery, smooth and creamy, it will put a big smile on your face every time you wear it. The cooling and sophisticated aroma of cardamom gives off a refreshing vibe to the buttery saffron and the subtle balsamic quality. As Piera da Amalfi evolves on the skin, the sweetness takes a backseat to a very sophisticated and almost transparent incense. So I don't think this is supposed to be a clone of anything, because it certainly doesn't smell familiar and those notes don't sound familiar. It is really nice, but I reckon there's citrus. They're not naming it, they're not saying it, but I'm standing by that there's citrus in here of some description, even if it's just a little bit of bergamot. This, I mean, it has similar notes actually, doesn't it, to the other one, in that you've got the apple, you've got all the spices, you've got a woody, ambery base. But they're actually really different. So the other one, if we go back to Oajan, the spices they're in a different direction. They're very hot, a little bit sharp, there's a little bit of smokiness. And the apple feels stewed now. It's kind of lost some of the freshness. It does feel like a stewed apple, very close to Rosé All Day, in my opinion. Maybe not quite as, that has that sort of boozy, what do I get? I don't actually get rosé as such, as more of a liqueur feel from Rosé All Day. This doesn't have a boozy quality. It's lighter, it's fresher, the fruitiness is not stewed, it's a fresh fruitiness. But I really do smell that familiar note that's in By the Fireplace, and it was in their copy of Delina. Sweetie, why have you got what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you staying there? Are you coming on? Okay, fine. It does have, it says buttery. I would agree it is buttery. Not exactly milky, but texture-wise milky. Maybe. Could even be like milk with some spices that have been, like warmed up milk with spices. A little bit. But this has, the spices in here offer a freshness. The spices in the other one offer a very warm feel. So they're different. I like this one more. This is more my style of fragrance. And I think it's very nice. So, yeah. That one's Piera da Amalfi. I think I'm going to leave it there because I want to take my bra off. And I need to put my knife away before I do some damage. Crystal Wood says, sometimes I get cotton candy-like vibe from Tolu Balsam. It's one of my favourite notes. Yeah, maybe it's that then. So it does kind of, yeah, you get a little bit of cotton candy, don't you, from, because it also feels like it brings to mind a little bit Baccarat Rouge. And that's obviously got that cotton candy note, hasn't it, the E4 maltol. But yeah, it's kind of got, it feels like it might have something in common with Baccarat Rouge as well. Quince is citrusy. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well that makes sense then. That makes sense. Duktar says it smells like fruity bubblegum. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, different, like, and almost like some red fruits in here. Red and maybe slightly sharp as well. Like what are those things? Begins with C. Cranberries. Sort of cranberry like. Or like a little mixture of dark fruits, berries. But you have that citrusy feel. And there's like a sweetened woodsy note that's almost smoky, but it's not smoky. And it does remind me a little bit of the opening of By the Fireplace. Not the smokiness as such, but there's that sweet woodsy. It's got that texture, that sawdust texture. So if you infuse wood, dry wood, with sugar, and then you turn it into sawdust, and it's really dry. It's like that. So you've got this dry, sweet sawdust with this fruity red berries, and then a citrusiness that brings it all up, so it's kind of fresh. And a sweet, sort of sugary-ish, but not too sweet, undertone. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to leave that one. But I actually really like that. That's really nice. Be interesting to see how they fare on the skin. And yeah, that's me. I'm done. So thank you so much for joining me. I've got 2 videos that I've just filmed, so they'll be coming up on my channel in the next couple of days. We've got the Olfactive Studios Rose Shot, Violet Shot and Iris Shot. Spoiler alert, the Iris Shot is amazing. And then I've also filmed 3 first impressions on 3 Chris Collins fragrances. So there's Dance Sauvage, Renaissance Man and Harlem Nights. So they'll be up in the next few days. I hope you'll watch them if you've got the time. That's it then. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you all very soon. Nigel off of 2 Cents Worth has got a live tonight. Don't know if anyone knows the time, if they want to say so now. He usually goes on quite late, so probably 9 or 10 o'clock normally. If anyone knows, feel free to share. Thank you, Carty. UK time 10 PM. The channel is 2 Cents Worth, 2, number 2. And I think he's got some guests. I know Steve from, Steve is on from Frags to Riches, isn't it? That's it. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much. Have a great Christmas if I don't see you, and I'm sure I probably will.